Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you may be the one thing that changes your financial life in America forever. Most people living in the United States believe they're free. But financially, they are trapped. Not because the system is unfair, not because the opportunities are limited, but because they were never taught the truth about money. You work, you earn, you spend, and you repeat. But you never stop to ask, why do I still feel broke even though I live in a country full of opportunities? Today, I want you to pause, breathe, and give yourself these next few minutes. Because these next minutes can save you years of financial struggle. Let's start with the brutal reality. In America, money doesn't care how hard you work. It cares how smart you play the game. Every day, millions of Americans wake up early, go to work, give 8 to 12 hours of their life, and still end the month with nothing left in their bank account. Not because they're lazy, not because they're unskilled, but because they are financially uneducated. School taught you math, history, science. But nobody taught you credit utilization, interest rates, investment compounding, tax advantages, index funds, or passive income. And the result? You entered the world blind, while others who understand money are generations ahead. But the good news is this. You can start today. You can start right now. Your financial life can turn around faster than you think. You don't need to be rich to start. You don't need a business degree. And you definitely don't need to be lucky. You just need to start learning, planning, and taking small steps. Let's begin with the first concept wealthy Americans understand deeply. They do not buy liabilities. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. And sadly, 80% of Americans spend their entire income on liabilities. Brand new iPhones every year. Car payments that eat half their paycheck. Credit cards maxed out on things they don't even remember buying. Takeout food 5 times a week. Streaming services they barely use. Clothes they wear once and forget. But wealthy Americans, they spend differently. They buy assets, things that put money into their pocket. An asset can be a stock, a rental property, an ETF, a side business, a skill that increases your income, or even a high-yield savings account. Every asset you buy brings future money. Every liability you buy steals future money. And here's a simple rule. If you buy something and it loses value the moment you buy it, it was a liability. Most cars lose 20–30% value in the first year. Phones lose value the moment you open the box. Clothes become old in a month. But investments only grow with time. That's why wealthy people get wealthier, not because they work harder, but because their money works harder than everyone else. Now let's talk about one of the most important systems in America. Your credit score. You might not realize this, but your credit score decides how much you pay for everything. Your car, your house, your insurance, your loans, even your job applications, in some cases. A person with a 760 score might pay $300 a month for a car. A person with a 580 score might pay $520 for the same car. Same car, same city, same model, different financial knowledge. That is the price of financial education. That is the hidden tax of a low credit score. A tax that poor people end up paying their entire life. And here's the best part. Your credit score is in your control. Pay on time. Keep utilization under 10 to 20%. Don't apply for unnecessary credit. Leave old accounts open. Track your reports every month. Once your credit improves, your life improves. Your loans become cheaper. Your interest rates drop. Your buying power increases. And suddenly, money starts working for you instead of against you. But credit alone is not enough to build wealth. You must invest. Not someday. Not when you have extra money. But now. Because every day you delay investing, you lose money. Not directly, but in opportunity. Let me explain. If you invest $200 a month in the S&P 500, the average return is around 8–10% per year. In 10 years, that $200 a month becomes around $36,000, $40,000. In 20 years, $120,000 minus $140,000. In 30 years, nearly $300,000. That's the power of compounding. But if you delay just 5 years, you lose tens of thousands. Because compounding is time-based. The earlier you start, the less you need to invest, and the more you'll have. Wealthy Americans know this. That's why they invest automatically, every month, without fail. Even if the market is down. Even if they're scared. Even if it's just $50. Because they understand one thing. Time in the market beats timing the market. But wealth is not built by investment alone. Wealth in America grows through something even more important. Multiple income streams. Most Americans have only one income stream, their salary. But wealthy Americans, they have anywhere from 4 to 10. Some are small, some are big, but they all add up. Here are real examples. Your job, right pointing arrow, main income. A side hustle, right pointing arrow, second income. Dividends from stocks, right pointing arrow, third income. A YouTube channel, right pointing arrow, fourth income. A digital product, right pointing arrow, fifth income. A rental room, right pointing arrow, sixth income. An online shop, right pointing arrow, seventh income. Freelance work, right pointing arrow, eighth income. None of these alone may make you rich. But together, they can change your life forever. Because when one income fails, another supports you. When the economy shifts, your finances stay stable. When emergencies happen, you are ready. And this brings me to the biggest lesson. In the USA, you cannot survive long-term on a single income. You need multiple. Not for luxury, but for security. Now let's talk about spending habits, the silent killer of American wealth. You don't become rich by earning more. You become rich by managing what you earn. Some people earn $100,000 a year and still feel broke. Others earn $45,000 and still save and invest. It's not the income, it's the discipline. Here's a simple exercise that wealthy people use. Before you buy anything, ask yourself, do I want this, or do I need this? If you only buy needs, you save money. If you only buy wants, you lose money. If you buy liabilities, you stay broke. If you buy assets, you grow wealthy. Every choice you make today creates your future tomorrow. The life you will live at age 40, 50, or 60 depends on the choices you make in your 20s and 30s. Even your retirement depends on what you start today. Let me tell you something powerful. Stop waiting. Stop delaying. Stop thinking you're not ready. Nobody is 100% ready to start something new. But everybody who started early is glad they did. You want to build wealth in America? Here's the formula. Learn money. Fix your credit. Start investing. Spend wisely. Earn more skills. Multiply income streams. Repeat consistently. That's it. No magic. No shortcuts. Just discipline. You are not broke because you're unlucky. You are not stuck because you're not talented. You are simply one decision away from a new financial life. Imagine your future self, living with no debt, no stress, stable income, smart investments, good credit, and total freedom. That future version of you is waiting. But you have to take the first step. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Right now. Because in America, financial freedom does not come to those who dream. It comes to those who decide. And today is your moment to decide.